just a quick check-in. Things just keep getting worse. I really can't figure out what's going on. We're just gonna get into the race, day 2 of Tulsa here. I'm gonna commentate on top of the video, and maybe you guys can help me figure out what the heck is going on. See you on day 3 tomorrow. Hello again, guys. Here we are for day 2 of Tulsa Tough. This is a super awesome course. Like I said before, it wasn't feeling too great, but I think it would still be worth it to show you guys this second day in the 1-2 field at Tulsa Tough. So this course is kind of an L shape, as you can see on the top right corner. Again, 120 plus riders, quite the big field. I started probably mid to top 50% of the pack, had a solid start, nothing crazy there. And I started recognizing some people. So this guy up here with the Texas Roadhouse kit, red bike, yellow bands, I actually raced him in Speed Week. He was the guy in the bright yellow skin suit, so it was cool to see him again. I believe his name was Nick. Great racer. Good wheel to follow. So here is the hill that we have on this course. Noticeable but not crazy because you're in such a good group, so you get quite a good draft, even though everyone is going quite fast. Then we have this downhill, which is really awesome, and if you are confident in your skills, you're able to take the last corner quite smoothly. So you're coming in down this hill at, almost over 60 kilometers an hour, and then you're able, the last corner is so wide that you're actually able to not brake a lot and just kind of let it go. I don't know, it's an awesome last corner. I was told that before the race, and I really enjoyed it. So at this point, one lap in, just trying to enjoy myself, trying to see what the level of fitness is. At this point I know I can't last the whole race, but I'm going to try to last as long as possible. And then beginning of lap 2, first corner, this happens. Quite the pile up. I'm able to avoid it. Had space to go around. Not sure what happened there. There was a guy on the ground, another guy went over him. There's a guy in the barrier here on the right, which doesn't look good. That was rough, but fortunately didn't avoid the crash on day 1. Did indeed avoid the crash on day 2, which thank God. And we move on. You see here in lap 2, my heart rate just keeps rising. You see the number literally just constantly going up. It was 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Like, it's just gonna keep going up until my heart, lungs, legs, and the whole thing together is just like, all right, you've had enough. We're up to 177 now. Hit the hill for the second time. I feel like I need to move up, so I put in a little dig. Don't know why, honestly. There was no need for that. I didn't need to close this gap, and then that guy shoved me over. I mean, I don't know what's going on at this point, honestly. I'm just trying to enjoy it, really. Last as long as possible, whatever that means. I mean, it was really fun. It was hard. It was really fun. Raced with some guys that I've been racing with throughout this year, and just started feeling more and more confident riding around these guys, which is something that happens very often in the fixie crits. When I was doing those, we'd go around the world doing all these fixie crits and raced a lot of the same guys, and that's cool because you start feeling confident around them. You know how they ride, know how they corner, and are just able to enjoy yourself more. So we're getting into lap 3 here. I'm just gonna go by that quote-unquote wreck. It is a wreck. So those guys a few are still there, so there's some flaggers out getting us out of the way, and it kind of mellows out for a little bit here. I kind of follow the same wheels for a while, so I'm just gonna skip ahead to lap 12, which is where things were just looking dark for me, honestly. You see the heart rate's over 180 now, which for me is pretty high. I don't go over that often. I have a much higher max heart rate, but with the way I've been, just can't. I don't know what to tell you. Just making excuses for my body not responding at this point. I'm very much aware that I make a lot of excuses and have made a lot of excuses lately, but I can't seem to figure out. Going to the doctor soon, so fingers crossed things get better. Anyways, here on lap 12 of day 2 of Tulsa Tough, where I can't even hold wheels going up the hill. It's barely a hill. It is a hill, but I'm just floating back. So I moved myself up in the first few laps, so that it could take me a while to move back. I'm trying to stay out of the way of anyone coming around as I'm just floating backwards, and then try to use the downhill to move myself as much forward as possible. But that was the last guy. He said something, and that's it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for Crybaby Hill.